Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Your and my president is fighting for us like no one has ever done before. Donald Trump has accomplished to do something in this first less than 3 months than the previous 20 presidents combined could not do. And that is have the world bend the knee. The world says we are no longer going to be taking advantage of the United States. What happened in the last 48 hours is absolutely almost unthinkable of, but thank God for Donald Trump, for his strong leadership, for his backbone to stand up and tell the world no more. It is over. Ladies and gentlemen, as soon as you're in, do me a huge favor, smash that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Leave me a comment. Where are you tuning in from? By the way, I don't know if you guys saw my previous video. I went to one of those massive anti-Elon, anti-Trump rallies. Go watch it. I confront a dude for their lies, for the Democrat propaganda, and completely shut him down. And then I was actually called a communist. Like, these people are nuts. Now, let's get right into it. Trump's tariffs are working. Here are all the countries that are already backing down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is huge. We were told that Trump's tariffs are going to destroy the economy. We were told that Trump's tariffs are going to destroy the dollar and the United States economy and banking system. The exact opposite is happening. The entire world is freaking out, calling the White House and saying, what can we do for this to ease off? President Trump's tariffs are already having an impact. Earlier this week, Trump announced a sweeping new trade policy that included a universal 10% tariff on all imports into the United States. In addition to this baseline measure, the administration introduced a system of reciprocal tariffs targeting countries with significant trade surpluses over the U.S. The tariffs vary in severity, with the higher rates imposed on nations deemed to have particularly unbalanced trade relationships or who refuse to buy American goods. However, many countries are already offering the United States concession. And here is the list of countries, what they're doing, and how they're reacting. Vietnam. Following the announcement of nearly 50% tariffs on their imports, Vietnam has immediately entered negotiations with the White House. President Trump reported that a, quote, very productive call with Vietnamese Communist Party General Secretary Tu Lam, during which Lam expressed a willingness to reduce tariffs to zero, contingent on the signing of a free trade agreement. We were told that we already have free and fair trade, but now Vietnam is offering to have free trade with us. Whoa. India has initiated discussions with the United States to address the trade barrier. Officials are reportedly exploring the possibility of reducing or eliminating tariffs on certain U.S. imports and increasing purchases of American goods. Israel, this one's a big one for me, ladies and gentlemen. I have feelings about this one. Israel, our closest ally in the Middle East, Israel, who we give weapons to, whom we protect. They had tariffs on us, but we had zero tariffs on Israel. Are we allies? Or do they take advantage of us? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. Israel wants to negotiate terms and potentially secure exemptions or reductions and has already agreed to scrap all its tariffs on U.S. imports. Prime Minister Netanyahu will further discuss the issue with Trump on Monday. The European Union, which is 27 countries. The EU has proposed lowering car tariffs and increasing purchases of U.S. energy and military equipment in an effort to negotiate exemptions and reductions. Trump has long complained about the European Union's unwillingness to buy American cars. I've been to Europe. I have family in Germany, in Poland, Ukraine, all those places. They have no American cars. You will not see a Chevy. You will not see a Ford. You will not see American-made cars in Europe. Why? Because they tariff the crap out of us. But you go out into any American street, you see BMWs, you see Audis, you see Volkswagens, you see German cars everywhere. Why? Because they can ship them here for free and only pay taxes on the back end. While if you want to sell American cars in Europe, you're paying almost 200% in tariffs. Japan has signaled a willingness to negotiate by pledging increased imports of United States liquefied natural gas and investments in artificial intelligence. South Korea is looking at possible trade concessions that would involve leveraging strategic sectors like the semiconductors to reach a favorable agreement. Then it goes to Thailand. And we have many other countries are also readying trade delegations and concessions to try and win exemptions. Trump, meanwhile, said that every country has called him to ask to renegotiate their trade agreement. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening? And why is this significant? Why is this huge? Because Daddy Trump is back in the White House. All right? There's a new sheriff in town. Someone that says, I put my Americans first. I put my people first. I put the American worker first. They come before Europe. They come before Ukraine. They come before Israel. They come before anybody. The people that elected me, the people that I represent, come before everybody. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to from here jump to here. I want to jump onto my Twitter page. I want to show you, if you haven't seen this video, oh my goodness. So I was talking to this guy for about 10 minutes about Ukraine, and he's telling me how Trump is a bad guy and Putin's a bad guy. And then he tells me, Trump said that we're going to support Russia over Ukraine, and I confront him about it. Listen.
This guy's got a puppet that he's paid for to become president, and that's exactly what I think has happened. There's no way a United States president behaves in this manner and talks about like supporting Russia, against Ukraine.
Listen,
that's the most unpatriotic.
Can I get a quote? Can I get a quote from Donald Trump saying we support Russia over Ukraine?
Listen, you get a quote?
Like
you can catch that guy in all kinds of lies.
He never said that. He never said we support Russia over Ukraine. He said I want the death to stop.
His actions speak louder than words. You don't always have to say it out
But
loud.
You said he actually said it.
He did.
When?
I'm not going to sit here and be distracted. I'm going to focus on my protest.
All right.
Good luck.
All right. I'll try finding it. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? So he said that Donald Trump said, we are going to support Russia over Ukraine. I say, Trump never said that. Trump never said that. The guy goes on to say, well, his actions speak louder than words. And I say, okay, great. But you told me that Trump said it. When did he say it? I don't have to keep talking to you. But before that, he spent, several minutes speaking to me. He had no problem speaking with me until I confronted him, until I said I wanted him to prove what he is saying. Now, ladies and gentlemen, where's this? I'm going to show you this. This is a tragic story that is happening right now, and I want to wrap it up with this. Illegal alien kills South Carolina college student in an alleged hit and run. This guy, who's an illegal alien, who's not supposed to be here, who was let into this country illegally under the Biden administration, killed an American citizen. From the police report that I got to read on this, the guy was drunk. So he kills an American citizen and then runs away. Didn't even get out. to help the to help the American human person. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we need mass deportation. This is why we need all these people out and our borders secure before. And so it is. But what Trump is doing, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the tariffs, when it comes to everything else, Trump is finally, and thank the Lord we have a president that cares for us. This would have never happened under any president. You would never even think about these tariffs and how the world is reacting with any other president. Only Trump can do this, to where the whole world is now calling us and saying, please, please, let's renegotiate. I love what's happening. Just give it a few months. We're going to see a booming economy. We're going to see real fair trade again. And it's going to be glorious. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, God bless you. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate each and every one of you. Give the video a thumbs up. I'm out.